Good morning, Libra. Pause for a moment. Because this beginning of June love reading already feels very emotional. Someone is deep in their thoughts about you, overthinking everything, and quietly realizing they may have underestimated this connection. Um, this person sees your strength, your confidence, and the way you keep moving forward, and it makes them wonder if they still have a place in your world. They are afraid your feelings may not be as deep as theirs anymore. There is regret here. There is insecurity. There is someone who wants to come back, but they are embarrassed because they know you deserved more honesty, more effort, and more emotional openness from them. This person is going through a major transformation. Um, they are trying to heal, grow, and become someone better, someone who can finally meet you with real love, stability, and truth. So trust your intuition, take what resonates, and leave the rest because someone is realizing they still love you deeply and they may be preparing to come back and make things right. Let's get into your beginning of June reading.
Okay, so I feel like for some of you, somebody is like totally overthinking things right now and feels a strong urge to finally use their voice. There is also this heavy energy of, needing a spiritual cleanse or sending bad vibes back to where they came from. It seems like for a few of you, there was a person engaging in a like chase dynamic, sort of like a cartoon rivalry. It's all amusing until, the roles get swapped. There might be some importance attached to, like, a specific day for this week. The color blue, whether it's fruit or birds or whatever, is, really standing out right now, along with the need for protection against jealousy. Basically, your person has something they, like, desperately need to discuss with you. They seem ready to say sorry for, fleeing from the bond you shared. When this individual distanced themselves, they just kinda got stuck in a, like, repetitive cycle. You, on the other hand, made it clear that you prefer, total authenticity over faking it just to fit in. You were like, "Look, I would rather be who I am through and through than to lie and pretend to be somebody that I'm not." By stating your truth, you showed them that I don't care about perfection. What I care about is the truth. There is a vibe here of, potentially awkward discussions happening soon because it's all about, you know, healing communication issues. Certain crystals might be relevant right now. Basically, there is someone who like really believes they need to make amends. They feel bad because for some of you this person was supposed to be your protector, but instead they kind of did the reverse. You might want to check out a song about being sorry. This person was definitely acting in a way where they like wanted everything on their own terms without giving anything back. They were just being really self-absorbed. It seems that for many of you, the only thing you really required was like some faithfulness, but this person was struggling to figure out if you were actually the person you claimed to be. The vibe here is prioritizing emotion over reason. You might not see it, but you and this individual have built a like really gorgeous and durable connection. That is probably why you always stayed so um genuine in your approach to romance. Because you were true to yourself, it like changed this person's perspective. They don't feel the need for everyone's approval anymore, but they also realize that sometimes silence is better because they are just done with feeling trapped and immobile. It seems like this individual was, messing around a lot. You might have even wondered, why are you playing games with my loyalty? Um, I even feel like with this person, they could have dealt with a lot of very codependent relationships or codependent type of energy. So when it came to you, they could have tried to approach the situation the same way that they always do, and it just didn't work out because your energy is completely different. I feel like there is this person with this love and logic. It's like they're really trying to come in here and balance out the need for you, but also the want because this person wants you, but they also feel like they need you. So that's something that I feel like possibly bothers them. I also think too, this is about the approach. Somebody kept trying the same approach over and over again. Like for some of you, you could speak your mind. Your person could say, I'm sorry. You would think, like, okay, we're on the same page, we're moving forward. And then all of a sudden, you're back to this Candyland game where you're trying to make a decision. Are you going to go up this slide or are you going to fall back? Because I just keep getting over and over and over again that for some reason you're dealing with somebody that's very stubborn and wasn't learning from the outcome that something you had to change. And by changing what you've done is you've added value or you've gained a level of insight and it's made this person see something in particular. Karmic child is in reverse and the devil. There's a lot of toxic attachments here as well. For some of you, there could have been a child that was a toxic attachment to this person. This could be somebody that had a child so that there was a lot of control or they were controlled as a child. I feel like this person also has somebody around them that's a very negative energy. They also could have been worried about whether or not your loyalty was you being loyal, or was it just you trying to control the situation? I don't know why, but I feel like with this person, they spent a lot of time feeling as though, like, or you, somebody here, spent a lot of time making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And because of that, what it did is it limited their personal beliefs on speaking their truth, on being authentically them, but it also deterred any type of development moving forward. So it's like this person kept making the same mistakes, but doing the same state mistakes over because they didn't really process what was causing it. So that's why there is a significant imbalance because when you had to establish boundaries with this person, it's like you were done playing the games of relationship and commitment for you. No, it was you were learning to say this is a boundary. This is what I'm going to deal with. This is what I'm not. I feel like this person was upset though. For some of you, it's like they felt like you were trying to control them. This person is really, really worried about you leaving them behind. Goodbyes are not forever. Goodbyes are not the end. They simply mean I'll miss you until we see again. This person is really, really worried about you leaving them behind because the saddest part about this is you and this person really have true love with one another. I feel like the thing that you may or may not realize about this person is that you are always this star in their eye. You could be an Aquarius, you could be a Capricorn, Gemini. Um, I keep getting Taurus too, ironically, Libra, a Virgo, Scorpio. But it's something here about this person realizing, and even for some of you, whether you have makeup on, you don't have makeup on, whether you have a haircut or you don't have a haircut, men, it's like this person is realizing that no matter what, you shine so brightly and that nobody could ever be you. And it's something even if this person has known you for a really long time. It's like they're even acknowledging here, like, you look exactly the same. Or, somebody said this one time about my mom, when my mom was, like, in her, like, late 40s. He was like, "Your mom, she's like wine, fine wine, she just gets better over time." And it was weird because when I looked at my mom, he was right. It was like she progressively like, her beauty increased the older she got. So it's something here, whether it's you being attractive, your person being attractive, somebody loves your lips and your eyebrows possibly, or your eyes, but it's something about the fact that even though you were a star to this person, you were always very loyal to them. And I feel like you gave them a lot of wisdom or there was a lot of insight. This insight could have even been you having patience for them because you already knew deep down who this person was for you. Even in the moments where you and this person were not in communication, were in communication, subconsciously you had the foresight, subconsciously you had the discernment to see this person is along my path for a reason. I feel differently about this person to a point where I can't put my finger on it, to a point where I see them and it's euphoria. And then the moment that they leave, everything feels like it's falling apart. It's because you and this person want to be with one another. And even in those quiet moments, that's when you're able to hear this person's thoughts. They could be telepathically communicating to you. Astro traveling. For some of you, this is somebody that's really trying to also increase their spirituality in order to come forward and be on your level because you have a lot of wisdom. That's why this person kept going back and forth. Also, with what you were saying, because whatever you were communicating to them, it made logical or it made sense with the heart, but it also, like, they were struggling if it made logical sense with their day to day. That's why if this person lied to you about playing games or if this person wasn't completely honest about who they do want to come in and ask for forgiveness here. And I feel like they want to ask for forgiveness because they really do love you. But again, I think that this person is also really worried about speaking up because the thing about blue also dolphins may be very significant. Lies and poppies, blueberries, your throat chakra, octopus can also be significant, jellyfish. There's something very significant here where this person needed to speak their truth to you, whatever that truth is. And I feel like this person didn't. I think that they got really in their head. And I also feel like this person didn't want to let you go because they really did love you. But I also feel like this person's logic got the best of them, or there's something here about the way that this person was thinking about things, that the way that they were thinking about it just didn't make sense. Like I said, they were really locked in their head here. For some of you, this person could have been going to jail or worried about jail, or they could do things that maybe aren't necessarily on the up and up. So, or this is just somebody really in their head about what action to take because this is somebody that feels very confined by their thoughts. This is somebody that's sitting there and they're too busy watching and they're observing how you are somebody that naturally can obtain or naturally or organically um, draw in or manifest energy, manifest abundance, whatever is going on here without doing any type of negativity. It just comes easy to you. For some of you, farm to fresh may be very significant. You could be in a restaurant, have a restaurant, work in a restaurant. We just kicked a little ugly to the curb. We just kicked the trash, right? This weirdo with a third eye. It's like somebody was really trying to control how this person felt and how this person thought about you. And there's something here with your energy where, again, see, I keep getting pretending to be a good person. It's a snake hiding in sugar. Somebody could be a life path of a snake, but your person was really, really worried if you were really genuine. Or because I feel like they did have some type of negativity that they were connected to. Whether that's an entity, whether that's spell work, whether that's a person, whether that's just like energy. Your person was really worried, or there could have been somebody around your person that was pretending to have their best whatever at heart and they didn't. It's like they were waiting to strike here and they were definitely hiding, pretending to be good. That's why I feel like with whatever you're doing, if you're praying for this person and praying in the sense of I pray that you find the light. I pray you find happiness. I pray you have a level of illumination. I pray you have the strength to follow the path that God has illuminated for you. Whatever your prayers are for this person, it's breaking a lot of negative evil, soul ties, agreements. For some of you, this person could even oddly be in some type of weird like coven or secret group. Um, but everybody is watching you organically do things. For some of you, you may have even been in a fog for a couple of months. That's breaking down just organically. There's something about the way that you do things. You also could have met this person at the grocery store, or maybe you work at a grocery store. Area 51. I don't know why, but I just get people are observing you how you are naturally, and people are very shocked because it's very like it's very natural to you. Again, I keep getting that somebody is trying to control this energy though for some of you. There definitely was somebody here, this guy over here. There was somebody here that was very, very jealous of the way that you were doing things. This could also be why this person wasn't completely honest because there was somebody here behind the scenes, whether on your end or your person's end, that was manipulating energy. But you're healing because you have the 3 of Swords here, but it's a 3 of Swords of the heart, and it's healing, and it's coming into this Queen of Pentacles energy because this is something that's natural for you. It's like if you're a thief and somebody dangles easy money, normally a thief is gonna take the easy money. But if you're a good person and somebody's dangling something in front of you, you're gonna say, not today, Satan. Goodbye. I don't want that. I don't care." Right? So it's something about you passing a test that was sent to destroy you, but also it's because you have a very pure energy. This is an energy where this person, because they weren't as open or because this person wasn't being they weren't opening up. It's something here where you had to be your own hero, you had to do things your own way, and that's because you're the magician. There's something very special here about your ability to it's from transmute energy. What you may or may not realize is also that this person viewed you as their best friend. You and your best friend are soul allies walking this path as mirrors and protect one another. There's something here too about your energy being really protective, like a shield of light. And with this message of you're made of stardust, embrace your cosmic energy. It's almost like spirit is calling you by name or wordplay, you know? Like your middle name could be Luna Ray, or maybe your first name is Ray, that whole cosmic radiant vibe. Or spirit saying, hey, you're a star. Literally, you're from the cosmos. Own that. But there's something about you being the one that this person wants to be with. This person is watching you. They're watching the way that you're doing things, and they definitely want to reach out to you because now you have the King of Pentacles and you also have the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, you could be a biracial couple, or there could be an age difference, possibly. This is somebody that is really stepping up into their own whatever was sent. For some of you, there was some weird like spell work sent because we do have the enemy attacks. You could have been just extra tired because there was this vampire warning. For some of you, you even could have been very sick, possibly. But guess what? Vax was right, current to legal late, obsessively attacks. He was constantly only but lay home that will make you lose weight, high and kicks of those fast emotions, getting away honey, make him me resort. That I don't wear to run. You go for a grind. Because I also feel like whatever they've done, it's broken their heart because it's something about you being very straightforward, having the strength of God, which is very powerful. It's physical, it's mental, it's spiritual. But what it does is it leads and it defends with honor. Whatever this person, whatever was sent towards you, whether it's negative energy, lies, manipulation, stalking, watching, whatever it may be, the thing about it is you and this person are meant to be with one another. You're the divine masculine or the divine feminine to this other person. That's why you guys have a greater purpose here. But I also feel like your person, they had to wake up. They were being insecure. For some of them, they were a little player. Okay. They didn't know what to do. Do I go right? Do I go left? Do I, go down the center? Do I eat a Big Mac? Like this person had no idea what they were doing, where they were going. There was also a lot of jealous people. This jealousy could have been you were just over here minding your business, doing you, being your happy self, like, "Hey, look at me. Hey, me happy is better than me angry," right? So here you are just living your best life, but you have people around you that were very jealous, and that jealousy is an ugly trait. And for some of you, you may have not even realized it until everything kind of came crashing down because you really grounded yourself here. There's something here. Tomatoes may be significant. You were open for these changes. That's why the good gets better. I also feel like, too, this is something where you're one with your true self. Your energy may bother people right now, but that's okay because what you don't realize is your energy right now is the Wheel of Fortune. But again, as the deck splits, it's the Wheel of Fortune of jealousy too. So as above, so below. It's kind of how I like to define it. So what do we need to understand? Because obviously there's for some of you, it's funny, snake energy, dog energy. There's somebody here I also feel like that is being very protective of some area. Somebody could smell like blood in the water. So they think that they're coming into a situation, but in reality, they don't know who they're dealing with. You could be this energy where, because your energy is like super stellar or not of this world, this person thinks that they're doing something. Little do they know. It's just if you're somebody that is truly a light worker, you transmute negative into positive. So if someone is sending you super negative energy, what you do is boom, all of a sudden you have this ball of happiness, this ball of money, this ball of something. This person is just making you stronger, I feel like, which is why somebody's beginning to understand you're the chosen one. You're made of stardust. You could be a life path 3. You could be a life path 33. You could be a life path 6. 6 cents. Yo, look, communication, another 3. You could even live in a house that is a 3. There's something here about there being a level of honesty and a level of truth that's coming here. This can be communication about a past energy, a past action, or even about children or family. I also feel like for some of you, you may be interested in traveling or communication about travel. There's something here about your person really wanting to open up the communication and begin to talk like you guys used to every day. This person misses you, but they also feel like you could be in an energy right now where you're relatively cold. I don't want to say heartless, but they feel like you're in an energy where it's no BS. But to be honest, that could be because you were over there trying to act like you were in Sesame Street, trying to keep it light, playful, and fun, and then all of a sudden you had to switch it up and become Bob Ross. Like, let's calmly paint some boundaries with a smile, right? I mean, I don't really know here. But it's like this person is now understanding the significance of you every day. This could even be the communication that you make. Them feel better. We fix our eyes on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. This person needs to tell you that they love you. This person needs to tell you the truth. This person needs to tell you why they were quiet, why they feel brokenhearted, why they feel so sad, because it's like they feel that they've lost you. And they feel that there is no peace until they're able to have some type of conversation or have some type of communication again with the 3. Do you see what I'm saying? 430 free. This could be 94. This could be 4. You could be a life path 4, but this is something in this person's head that's created a level of restriction, and it's restricted the communication about friends. It's restricted the communication about being emotionally intelligent. This is also this person really wanting to get off their chest what they've been hiding, which is, I'm telling you, it's their emotions. Somebody here wants to have a reunion and they want to show you that their intentions, whatever their intentions are, that they are pure towards you. This is somebody that feels like they may have an emotional outburst here. This may be very emotional to the point where you may even be caught off guard by how emotional this person is. But again, I also feel like this is coming in as divine intervention. But it's like this person, for whatever the reason is, it's like they've seen something, and whatever they've seen, whatever they've heard, it's like everything is happening at the right time. It's like this communication. Why is it divine intervention of the communication coming in? You could be angry at them, or maybe they're upset and angry at you. Mars and Leo, somebody let their ego get the best of them, and I feel like there needs to there it's the perfect time to communicate why things fell apart, why everything was perfect, and now it's not. There's also something here over a fight. It could be a physical fight, it could be a metaphorical fight, it could be boxing, it could be UFC, it could be whatever. Um, they could wanna communicate about taking you to see that. They could also wanna communicate, or they may wanna communicate what the obstacles were that were causing the fights and the drama. Because what we need to understand about this 5 of Wands. See, this is also if this person had you in a third party situation. That's why God's over here saying, "You better tell them the truth about what's really going on with why you are mixing." This could be somebody that has substance issues, alcohol, substances, gambling, drinking, whatever. This could also be somebody that kept going back and forth between you and somebody else. This is also this person wanting to come in and have a conversation about balancing out certain things that you may or may not know. With this Hierophant energy here, Taurus, you have Sagittarius, you also have Leo. This person knows that their ego got the best of them. This person knows that they were meant to say something to you, but they held back due to their ego or due to them being anxious on what action to take towards you. I also feel like with this person, though, they've been working really, really hard to balance out certain things in their life that maybe weren't the greatest things that maybe they didn't want you to see. This is definitely it's like almost like a surf and turf, right? I don't know why. Maybe you get surf and turf, maybe your person gets surf and turf, I'm not sure. But it was about this person needing to balance something out in order to have this confession. It is a confession that's coming in here. This confession, it should include an apology. It also with the Psalms, 234, 423 can be significant to 3 can be significant, 324, 323 can be significant, 550. There's certain issues in the past that maybe you and this person had that created a lot of resistance or created turbulence in your connection. You've been patiently waiting for this person to transform that energy. Part of the problem was this person had a difficult time giving and receiving love. That's why it felt like there's no way possible that this is the right time or that you're making the right decision, because I see you very confused about what choice or what decision to make. And it's because this person was holding back what they were planning. For a lot of them, they were fighting the connection because it was too intense. This is also somebody that if they wanted to be with you, they had to break either a contract, a soul contract, a physical contract, an agreement between two people, or some type of official connection. They had to break that in order to be with you. I feel like in the process, the more that this person tried to double down with the way that they used to do things, the harder that their life has gotten. Because what's coming in here is like this person is also very worried that God is getting ready to give you a new love. That's why they feel like they have to come in and make it right, in particular if they're the ones that caused this argument. This reading is for somebody where you and this person aren't seeing eye to eye, or there's a weird energy, or you had a disagreement. Because it's like this person is going back and forth with whether or not to say they're sorry, whether or not to give you the wisdom of what you don't know. What's crazy is for some of you, if this person tells you what you don't know, what's in the dark, you're going to feel bad for your person, but also bad for yourself. Like, oh, that makes sense. For others of you, I think you're going to be irritated because this person just wasn't honest, but it's not that they were honest because they were trying to hustle you or honest because they were trying to manipulate you. I just think this person genuinely didn't know what they wanted or how to handle your energy. That's like you could play the lotto and you want to win, but that doesn't mean you win. If you win now, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of energy. That's also your philosophy. The way that you think, the way that you've created these seismic changes with inside of this person that they can no longer go back to the way that they used to do things. I also feel like with your person, they had to walk away from something that was holding them back, and that's judgment. There was some type of major moment here where either there was an ending or the way that your person was thinking. So your person could have had a very specific way of thinking about things, right? And this might have even been like a cultural thing. For some, it could be like, okay, I can't marry you because you're different. We're from different cultures. Or maybe it's, I can't marry you because I'm already married, or I can't get a divorce because in my culture, that's not how things work. Or even just like, well, in my family, we always do X, Y, or Z, you know? It could also just be this person's personal philosophy. Their belief system was shaped a certain way. But here's the thing, there was an ending to that outdated mindset because whatever they were holding on to, it just didn't fit anymore. It was old fashioned, it was constricting, and honestly, it was causing a lot of confusion within them. And that's why they kept going back and forth. Do I do things the new way or stick to the old way? It's like, I love the collective, but if I choose the collective, I'm breaking the framework of everything I've known. I'll lose control. Will I still be safe? Do I have any power? This internal tug of war, that back and forth energy, that's part of why they're panicking right now. They know what their heart wants, but their mind, their conditioning, their old identity, it's struggling to let go. I always let other people's opinions mess with how I felt about you. Honestly, that was my bad. You know what I mean? It's like this person's admitting they let outside influences control their feelings and now they're owning up to it. All I ask is for you to have mercy on me. I didn't know any better. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they really didn't understand at the time. So here's the thing, it looks like your person was surrounded by people who had their own ways of dealing with things, and that kind of shaped how they handled things with you. We're not going to say this other energy is all bad, maybe it's 50-50, you know? But the way you were handling stuff didn't fit with how they saw things. That's why they're saying, please be merciful with me. I didn't know any better. I was just listening to the wrong people. Now, what's their energy like in general? Where are they at right now? Honestly, they're in a super protective state. It feels like they're also being protected, like they're not just protecting themselves, but there's this sense of being shielded from something or someone. What's the energy around them, though? What's going on externally? Well, it's the Five of Pentacles. So Someone's kind of waiting on money or something financial. There's also this lack of communication happening. Feels like there's a pause, maybe some distance between them and whoever they're dealing with. So, what's changing with them that you don't see? It's the Emperor. And honestly, I'm kind of into this because it's showing that they're stepping up, taking control of things. Look at the red and green. This person is getting more in touch with who they are, and they're ready to take responsibility for things they've done. This external energy around them is like either they're not talking to this person or vice versa. And with your person, they're definitely being super protective about who they're talking to right now. How are they changing? Well, they're transforming into the Emperor. They're about to take charge of something big. And just so you know, they might have something important to say to you soon. What are they really focused on? Strength. This person is super focused on you right now. Like they want to know everything about what you're doing, who you're with. Basically, they're wondering if you belong to someone else. It's a little possessive, honestly. They want to be close to you, in front of you, around you. What's their perception of you right now? It's the hangman in reverse. So they're finally seeing things from your perspective. I think they've always thought your way of thinking was really different, but now they're starting to get it. They're seeing your philosophy, your approach to things. What do they need to know that they don't see? There's a big change coming, like major. Whether it's physical, mental, financial, it's something big that's shifting and it's tied to either their roots or yours. What's their next move? What's the action they're planning towards you? The magician. They're definitely working on something behind the scenes when it comes to you. With the roots shifting and the hangman in reverse, everything in your relationship is about to change. I feel like communication is going to be super important for them right now. Like they want to come forward and get everything off their chest. But here's the key part, it feels like they're also pushing people away from them. Like they're trying to keep certain energies or people at a distance while they figure this all out. All right, guys, that's all I have for you for this reading. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.